everybody, this is Bobby with Bobby Stamps. I'm going to show you today how to make this cute Valentine's Day card. Again, it's kind of the grungy, distressed looking card, but you know I love that. So we'll put that off to the side and I'll show you really quick what we're going to need. You're going to need the gorgeous Grunge stamp set, and then we're going to use the Sealed with Love stamp set. And then we're also going to use the Love Notes framelits. That is a bundle in the New Occasions catalog with that stamp set. And then we're going to use the Sweet and Sassy framelits. And from that stamp set, we're going to use this heart here. And then we're going to use in the New Occasions catalog the Sending Love ribbon combo pack. And we're going to use the red ribbon. We're also going to use the Real Red ink, and then we're going to use crumb cake ink, and then you're going to need a sponge to go around the outside of the layers that we're going to be using. Our card base is Real Red, and that is just our standard A2 size card. It's 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. You're going to need a piece of crumb cake, and this piece is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And then I just have a scrap piece of Very Vanilla, and that's what I'm going to use to cut out my heart. And then you need another scrap piece of Real Red. That's what we're going to use for our arrow. And then this piece of Very Vanilla, I think it's cut at 3/4. I can't remember now what I cut that at. But it's then 4 inches wide to go across the bottom. And then we're going to use this heart from the framelit set. And so you're going to need a piece of crumb cake and a piece of Real Red to cut those out. And I'm just going to move my Big Shot in really quick, and we'll get those cut out. We can kind of put everything on at once to save time, except for the heart. We'll have to run it through the smaller heart. We'll have to run it through twice because we can't run it through this one. We'll have to run it back through on the Real Red. And then we'll put our arrow down. Line that up and nothing moves. Run that through really quick. Pop that out. There's our big heart. We can put that out of the way now. And then we'll just put this out of the way. The piece is still stuck in there. And then move that out of the way. Make sure we got all of our little pieces out. And then we'll run our Real Red through again. The heart on the Real Red. And we'll just pop that out. Move the Big Shot out of the way. Now you can use the die brush to pop these out, and let me grab mine really quick because I forgot to grab it. You can also use the oh, I can't think of the name of it now. Let me think, I have it right here behind me. We can also use the, oh, the name's not even on this. I can't remember what it's called. I can't remember, but anyway, it's the, it's this. I cannot remember the name of this to save my life. I'll call it the little poking tool. But that would work too. And then you just want to make sure that you get all your, might have to actually use that. I can see the little folders that this thing is designed to work with, and I cannot think of the name of it. Okay, so we have all of the pieces off of our Real Red, and then we'll just, it would have been easier to do this when I had it still in the die, but maybe we'll just use the little pokey piece for this. Our little stylist. You just want to be careful that you don't rip it, any of the pieces. They pop out really easy though. As you can see, these are just popping out. This one might be a little bit stuck, and then one up there. That's the worst thing, is when you put your card together and you realize, oh no, I missed a piece. Okay, and then move that one out of the way, and then we'll just, probably be easier to use this, the stylist for this, because we just really need to get it raised up so we can grab a hold of it. There we go, and pull it out. So let me put that out of the way and put my little stylist back. I think this is called the piercing tool. Aha! I knew it would come to me sooner or later. Let me move this out of the way. And then let's go ahead and bring in our mat. And I like to cover mine just so I don't get it all inked up. It's kind of already all inked up anyway. So we're going to take crumb cake, and in the Gorgeous Grunge we're going to use this stamp. And I stamped off. And you can usually do 3 is perfect for that. Okay, and while we have this out, we'll just go around the edges. Ink that up. Okay, and we'll lay that piece off to the side. Then we can bring in our piece of crumb cake, and we'll open up our Real Red ink, and we can start with the flowery stamp. I don't know if you guys can see that there. And you're just going to ink it up, and you can choose to stamp off on a few if you want to, just so that way you have like a variance of color. Let's do one there, and then one up there. And then we'll bring in the little stamp that has the 4, and they have the patterns on them. And then we'll leave that one stamped on. That way we're getting a little bit of a variance of light to dark on this card. And then you can, you know, stamp off the side when you're doing this. Maybe do one down here. Okay, and then we're going to use the heart that has the stripes on it, and we'll do the same thing. We'll stamp off on a few and leave a few in the full force color, like so. Okay, and I think that's good. Maybe do one more, maybe right there, because our big heart's going to cover it up anyway. And then I need to grab the sentiment out of here. I didn't have enough blocks when I first started. And it's going to be the one that says, I love you. And we'll just put that on our block. We'll go ahead and grab the piece, the strip of Very Vanilla. Ink that up really good, and just kind of try your best to get it in the center like that. Okay, and then we're going to go back in with our crumb cake, and we're going to ink our sponge all the way around the corners again. And you can do as much or as little as this step as you guys like. I really like the grunge look, so I like to do a lot of it. And then we'll do the same thing with our piece of crumb cake. I don't know what kind of weather you guys are having. I'm in Indiana, Yesterday it was like 60 degrees, and today it's the same with sunshine. And I think all of us Hoosiers are going to have our heart broke when we wake up and we return back to the winter season of snow and everything else, because this really, really has put me in the mood for spring. Now you can take the crumb cake if you want to and go right along the top and the side of the Real Red. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I like it, so we'll just do that. Adds a little bit of dimension there, okay? Then we can just close this up, close our Real Red up, and then we're going to take our ribbon and we're just going to measure a piece that we can have enough to go around the back. So let me just cut that off. Now what I'm going to do, you can use the tape method like I normally do, but I think today I'm just going to use my snail, and then that will hold that piece. As long as you can get it at the back onto that piece of snail like that, it's going to hold it for you. And so we're going to go not towards the bottom, or completely at the bottom, but just a little bit up, because we're going to put our sentiment right below. Just make sure you have that straight, and then we'll just put that on there like that. And you can really see that distressed around the edge of the card, and I just love that. I hope you guys can see it. Now we're going to take and cut just a tiny piece of the ribbon again, just to tie our knot. You could tie a bow. I just chose to do a knot. So we'll just take it over to the corner, tie it off, and then we're just going to snip it on the ends. And I like to kind of angle mine like that. And like I said, you can do a double. I'm just going to kind of even that up a little bit. That piece looks just a little bit longer. Okay. Now we'll take our sentiment. Now I chose to use dimensionals. You could use snail if you don't want to pop it up, but I wanted it popped up just a bit. So I chose to put dimensionals on the back. Like that, and then we're just going to pop that on there at the bottom. Then we'll take our heart and use 3 or 4 dimensionals for that. Whoops. And then you're just going to put it right in the center of the card. Okay. Then also forgot to mention fine tip glue gun, or fine tip glue, because this is such a detailed image cutout that you really don't have, you really don't want your glue to show through. So this is kind of a must for this card. Sorry about forgetting to mention that. But if you guys watch my videos, you know I always forget to mention something. Sometimes more than one item too. And then we're just going to place that on there like that. Kind of just hold it down for a few seconds and you're good. It'll grab hold of your paper here in a minute. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing with the crumb cake. Just kind of go around the edges is what I did, and then you can kind of put different dots on the different layers there. And just kind of hold that down. Just takes a few seconds for it to grab a hold of your paper. You can see it's already holding down. Then we'll take the arrow and just put just a bit there, on there. Whoops. Don't do like I did, just drop it. And then Just hold it down for a few seconds. And voila, there you guys go. If you like the card, make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the like button. And I'll have all the shopping details on my blog at bobbystamps.blogspot.com. Thanks, guys.